just want to soften them up until they're transparent. We don't want any browning or any real cooking on it. In this dish we're effectively substituting the white wine with champagne, and it adds a nice bitey champagne, really makes a difference here. Pop in the arborio. So what I'm doing here is just making sure that the rice is really coated with the onions, and it starts to, you can hear it popping, and that popping releases the starch, which adds to the richness of this dish, and something which is only found in this particular type of rice, which comes from a small town of Arborio, middle of Italy. Just wait for it to crackle properly, and then it's opening up. Can you hear that? It's a little bit like almost like soft popcorn. The pan's now, as I'm sure you can see, it's completely dry. All in. And now for the main ingredients. We're using Philippe Brugnon's Premier Cru from Aurélie La Montagne on the Montagne de Reims. Philippe is a great guy. Produces 75,000 bottles a year, which might sound a lot, but in the greater scheme of things, it's very little. Very good he is too. The Duchess of Montrose. Deglaze with the champagne. Maybe a little more for luck. And of course the good bit of here is that there's always a wee glass. Luckily today we've got a second glass because I'm not actually doing this on my own. My friend behind camera, I think, would appreciate a glass.
Wunderbar.
Gosh, I wish you could smell this because this is This is really quite something. And with heat, the arborio rice is just going to absorb and absorb and absorb. And I don't know if you can see that already the liquid is just vanishing. Just like that. So absorb for a bit. Tell you something about these corks. Each producer does this slightly differently, but these corks, I don't know if you can see there, have 1111 on, and that tells you the date it was finally corked and bottled and ready for sale, which is November 2011. The champagne's probably from a mixture, prime year will be 2009, base year that is, with additional top-ups, a little bit from 2008 and maybe as far back as 2007. Thirsty work as ever. And literally the champagne has almost gone. Look at that. Just absorbs at a rate of knots. I said earlier about the chicken stock. It's an absolute doddle to make. Follow the instructions, don't miss anything out, and make it in quantity, reduce it down, freeze it. You don't have to make it every time, but it makes such a difference. Now, as you can see, this is almost dried right down. And in the same way that you make mayonnaise, we're going to add the vegetable stock slowly, let it absorb itself. We don't want to put it all in at once and create a sort of soup. We also don't want to burn it, so just a little bit at a time, and add it hot. And squash. Work it around. You don't have to be too precise about the quantities of stock. You've really just got to keep your eye out for the point at which it's not going to absorb anymore. And at that point your risotto is done. I've never worked out how they do this in restaurants, because you can walk into somewhere perfectly normal, ask for a risotto and it's on the plate in 5 minutes. So there's an element of pre-prep which I haven't discovered yet. I'm sure someone will tell me how you do it really well. There's obviously a process that is there and is instantly sort of add parmesan, wild mushrooms and out it goes sort of thing. I don't know if you can see that, it really is just absorbing at a rate of knots. With that extra starch coming out will lead to extraordinary creaminess. And this is much more of a winter dish. It's the sort of thing that I'm quite happy eating all year round, because it's, as I think I'm demonstrating, it's pretty easy to make. A lot of people are terrified of making risotto, but it's pretty easy to make, and it's yummy. Particularly with the champagne, it's tasty, it's good for you. Can you see that, how it's drying out? And it should take from start to finish, barring mishaps with olive oil bottles and those sort of disasters, start to finish, 20 minutes. It's about the same amount of time it takes for the pizza to arrive. Yeah. Put it into context, it's not that difficult. As we can see, that's drying out a bit. Time for another squash. Be patient. Doesn't need the more you put in doesn't mean it'll absorb at the same rate. Excuse me a minute. Got to blow my nose. Can you hear it?